I think it's time for the illegal alien of the day.
And now, time for Howie Carr's Illegal Alien of the Day.
Es un buen chico, un muy buen chico.
As always, we had a lot of good contenders. This is a horrible story. This is the runner-up. Illegal alien on Long Island beat his 2-month-old daughter to death because he didn't believe she was his baby. That's the cops. Marlon Rabanales Pretzantnen, 20, was charged with murder after he admitted to killing Licedia Rabanales Barrios on March 7th inside his Inwood home. He's a Guatemalan illegal alien who crossed the border illegally in 2022 to go on welfare. Told police that although he is listed as the father on the birth certificate, he suspects that he is not the father, so he lost affection for the baby and felt some kind of animosity. So the savage from the third world allegedly slapped the helpless girl in the face, punched her in the stomach, and violently shook her before tossing her on a bed and pressing his fist into her chest. A 911 call was placed about a baby rolling off a bed. He was released, made his way into the U.S. In El Paso in 2022, welcomed by Joe Biden and the Democrats, released by the Border Patrol, then traveled to Virginia before landing in Nassau County where the welfare was higher. That's the runner-up. But I'm going to make the winner today local illegal alien makes good. This is the headline in the Boston Globe. Braintree man. So you know immediately it's an illegal alien when they tell you about a Braintree man or a Providence man or a Lynn man or any other kind of man. A Braintree man used a dead teenager's identity for at least 6 years to attend the state's firefighting academy and work as a firefighter in Melrose, federal prosecutors said Wednesday. Braintree man is actually an illegal alien from Vietnam. No word on whether he knows Dean Tran, convicted state senator, Republican member of the Kool-Aid cult. He's a naturalized Vietnamese citizen, at least temporarily, until he's denaturalized. Truong Nguyen, 40, pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court to passport fraud and aggravated identity theft stemming from his use of a deceased teenager's name to obtain a birth certificate, a Social Security card, and a Massachusetts driver's license. They call him John Doe in the statement in the feds. John Doe. Isn't John Doe the name of the? He was in my column yesterday as a state police drill instructor at the academy. A lot of John Does out there, almost as many as Kents in the state police. John Doe used the deceased victim's identity to attend the Mass Firefighting Academy. When he graduated the Firefighters Academy, Nguyen posed, or also known as John Doe, posed with an axe in front of a fire truck under the name of Henry Huang. Henry Huang, the Globe reported. In court papers, the deceased teen was identified only as HH. HH. They used facial recognition software to prove that he was using two names to obtain a driver's license. The Registry of Motor Vehicles has this facial recognition software. That's why the Democrats don't want to use it, because it's too effective in detecting these criminal illegal aliens. In court, he acknowledged this week that his name was Truong Nguyen. Nguyen, also known as Henry Huang, also known as John Doe, arrived from the U.S. from Vietnam in 1979. But he had a green card, much like Mahmoud Khalil. But he was ordered deported in 1995 after being convicted of burglary in 1991. He was also He was also arrested for allegedly stealing $46,000 from Norwell Firefighters Union in 2010, according to federal prosecutors. So in other words, he was kind of assimilated into the U.S. like that Ponzo, the cop from Stoneham, who was nailed for stealing millions from the Mass Saves program, along with his brother, who stole even more millions from the Mass Save program. The only way they caught him was he was stealing money from the Stoneham Police Union. They start small, you know. It's like these grifters and grafters, whether they're U.S. citizens or not, they start small. They start ripping off a public sector union, and boom, there it is. 844-500-4242. 802. I'll bet Henry Huang took the Ho Chi Minh Trail to get to Brandon's open borders. I think he'd been over here for a long time. He's been here for a while, unlike the illegal alien from Nassau County, who's from Guatemala. 844-500-4242. 844-500-4242.